So we might be interested in this guitar. This guitar is a 1963 Sonic Blue Stratocaster. I've had this guitar. I bought this guitar when I was a kid, when I was probably 11 or 12. It was my first real proper guitar. And before anybody sort of says, how do you buy a vintage guitar when you're a kid? You know, back then you could buy a fairly old Strat for not much money, and I'm just lucky in that I kept it, and now I guess it's quite valuable, and it's got a very rare, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's got a very rare deep flame to the neck, which when you consider that these guitars were just put together by housewives going along on a conveyor belt, you know, and they didn't really fuss about the wood or the pickups were just scatterwound, they came out how they came out. Brazilian rosewood fretboard, and it's just a great. It's probably more a piece of art than it is a guitar, because it's too valuable for me to gig with. But I'm just lucky that I've had it since I was 11, and I guess it's my most sentimental guitar, really. Cool colour as well, very rare in the Sonic Blue. I'm getting more modern. This is probably my main. This is my main guitar. It's been all over the world. You can dusty. But it's done thousands of gigs. This was made for me. I spent time in Los Angeles in the 80s, and I was introduced to the Valley Arts guys, the Factory, by Steve Ferris from Mr. Mister. We were signed to the same record company at the time, and he introduced me to the guys at Valley Arts. And this guitar was put together. It's very resonant, very light, Swamp Ash maple neck. They even put my name on it. But there's only 2,500 of these guitars in the world. This is serial number 0555, 555th Custom Pro made, bird's eye maple neck. It's a great guitar. It's been with me throughout, really. I suppose if I did have a number one, it would probably be this. Just as a variation to this, recently, I don't know if you guys know, but in 2010 there was a flood in Nashville where all the mega guitar players were storing their guitars in a facility by the river. This is river damage. This belonged to Steve Ferris in Mr. Mister. Serial number 0312, and it's one of the very rare interlock neck ones. It's not bolt-on. It's actually a locking mechanism. They only did about 16 of these. But the river's done such a great thing to it. We kept it like this. Obviously, I had to. The neck needed a lot of work. It was just like a banana. It was ruined. But these guitars were all the River Relic guitars were auctioned off by Peter Frampton lost his guitars. Brent Mason lost his guitars. A lot of these guitar players, they were just unsalvageable. But this was auctioned off, and I bought it. It belonged to my friend Steve. And it just looks great now. My guitar tech brought it back to life, and these are old EMGs, period correct EMGs. I like the older EMGs rather than the newer ones. So these are 80s EMGs, and this is, I don't know if you can see it, but this is reversed. This is an 89. I can split it like that, so it comes from a single coil to a humbucker, and it sounds better when you reverse them. So the logo is now there rather than there. And similar to this is this black one, which was in the same auction, also belonged to Steve. You can see it's got Steve Ferris written on it. But this is a great guitar as well, also quite dusty. There we go. You can see what the river's done to this one. And again, old humbuckers, old EMG 85 SA, the old hardwire ones. And this has got a little boost on the volume pot there. But these old Valley Arts guitars, the wood was fantastic, the resonance was fantastic. They just have an acoustic ring to them. And the old Floyds, even the old Floyds are better than the new ones they made now. This is really quite a light guitar, and again, pretty wood. There's some danger about using pretty wood or pretty bird's eye wood on necks, because people say that they can warp and move. But you know, my main guitar. It's been all over the world in all sorts of different temperatures, and it's never moved. You know, maybe this has never moved since I've had it, because this was in the river and the neck was just all over the place, and my guitar guy got it back to what it should be again. So it's been good so far. I doubt if it will move, because the wood was so great back then. This is from 88 or 89, so it's 4-3 453 is the serial number. 458, I do believe it says, yeah. So it's an early one. Not as old as, this is 80, maybe 88, this is an 88 as well. I mean, my favourite guitars, probably my most favourite contemporary guitars are Tylers. You know, I really dig the Tylers, I dig the finishes. This is a purple schmear. It's actually quite a rare purple schmear because it's gloss. James Tyler usually does the matte finish like this Burning Water. This is an old Burning Water 1997. I mean, it's a great neck on that. Look at the grain on that neck. This is 1997. This is 2011. But he does great finishes. But again, I just love his vibe. Love the way the guitars play. Some people hate the headstock. I kind of dig the headstock. I quite like that headstock thing going on. But I think these are probably one of the best contemporary guitars being made out there at the moment. So if I'm not using the Valley Arts, I'll probably be picking one of these guitars up, and I hope to get some more because every guitar sounds different, and I do dig the finishes. That's the thing about the finishes can become quite addictive. But this is the purple schmear, quite a rare colour he does, purple and gold. Very cool guitars, these ones. This I picked up. I was doing a little orchestra pit gig in Southampton. I was in the orchestra playing jazz chords to a theatre show. I was there for about 6 weeks, and one of the stagehands got a friend. He said he would sit at a certain point in the show and listen to what I was playing. He said, "Oh, I've got a guitar," he said it's an old Fender. So he got it from a house clearance or something, and he paid nothing for it. So I said. He brought it in and he opened the case and it was a 72 Strat, this 72 Strat. And it needed a lot of work. Someone had shaved all the frets of it, so it's been refretted to the frets I like. And also it had, what else did it have? It just didn't play very well, it wouldn't stay in tune. Anyway, my guy brought it back to life, and it's a great guitar, it's very light. I think it's a 73 actually, 72, 73. But I gave him a fair price for it. But it did need a lot of work. It needed a refret, which was quite an outlay, and he just didn't play with it. He couldn't play. He got it free in a house clearance, so he did well out of it, and I did well out of getting a 73 Strat. But had it for quite a time. I've had this for about 10 years now. I mean, I'm not known for playing Les Pauls, but when they are nice, they are nice. You know, this has got a very pretty top. This is from 1993. It's a Les Paul classic. The wood back then, it was a good period for Gibson. They had good resonant mahogany that was very light. This is a light guitar, and the tops were fantastic. I mean, this is sort of custom shop quality, really, probably better than some of the custom shop Les Pauls. But the maple on that, the flame on that, is just so deep. I mean, I do occasionally play Les Pauls, but it's more for sessions and you know, if I need a certain sound. You do tend to play a certain way on a Les Paul. I'm more about the Stratocaster type guitars. So, but I because of what I do, I have to have a Les Paul. I've got this one and the burst at the back there. But this is a nice one. This is 1993. The other one is 2004. But this is I think a good example. When you have to look for certain things. You have to look for the top. You have to check that it stays in tune. You have to check the weight. There's a lot of things. You have to get a good colour. When you're buying a Gibson, there's a lot of things to sort of, in my book, in my head, to consider. And I just like this one. It's Gibson gave me a good deal on it years and years ago in the early 90s. So I think this is a 93 classic. Great colour, great flame on it.